Okay, welcome to the MIG training YouTube channel. This is where we spend a few minutes every day, hopefully sharpening our tools, our swords a little bit. Today we're going to focus in on our MIG weekly work schedule, as you should be seeing here on your screen. For those of you who do not know who I am, my name is Jack Stewart. I'm the president and CEO of Monument Insurance Group. I thank you guys for jumping on here. I would encourage you to continue to look for and check on new videos that we're going to be posting on here. We really want to cover and encompass everything that has to do with MIG and going out there and growing your book of business and being the best sales agent, sales professional, manager, agency director, whatever position it is that you're pursuing that you possibly can be. After 7-8 years now and working with thousands of agents, I think we have a pretty good idea of what you need to do to go out there day in, day out, week in, week out, and start hitting some of your goals, and if nothing else, start heading in that direction. So this, I think, is going to be a big piece of the puzzle. More specifically, today, what I want to cover is the weekly work schedule. I have never started a successful week before I finished it. Now, that's not just a play on words. What I mean is, I think you really have to have a good idea of what you want to have happen this week in order to go out there and actually execute it. I don't think I've ever had an agent come up to me and say, you know, Jack, I just don't know how this happened, but I sure do have a bunch of appointments this week, or I sure made a whole bunch of sales this week. Look, success has never snuck up on anybody, right? You're not going to stumble in to a whole bunch of commissions, right? You're going to have a very specific plan of attack, so to say, and a good idea of what you want to accomplish that week. And I like to do that on Sunday. Personally, Sunday is the day where I spend an hour or two, maybe after dinner, in the morning, whatever time works best for you, where I literally will open up my agenda book, my planner, and map out what exactly I need to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And I literally will do it on the 15 to 30 minute block. What do I want to accomplish? So I want to really break it down. I really want to get specific. A great book for anybody who out there wants to maybe read up, study up on really how to accomplish and get the most out of every week would be First Things First by Stephen Covey. And it's just differentiating the important versus the urgent. And we really don't want anything to become urgent, right? We want to just continue to tackle the things that we know are an important part of our schedule. So let's touch on that real quick. And, obviously it all starts on Monday, right? So Sunday, you have a good idea of what you want to accomplish. I would say try to get an idea of, how many appointments do you want to run? How many presentations do you want to accomplish? How many sales do you want to make? And then go over it with your manager for maybe 5-10 minutes. I think that's a great way to start off a Monday or a new work week. Excuse me. It would be, sharing in your manager's experience, right? I love the saying, experience is not the best teacher, somebody else's is. So your manager has probably been exactly where you are now. I've been there, so certainly reach out to your manager and go through this. Share some of your goals with them, and then that way you have another person that's there to help support you and maybe even hold you accountable a little bit. Figure out how many leads you need to hit some of those goals, appointments, presentations, sales goals, whatever your numbers are that you want to hit that week. You got to have the leads, you got to have the resources to back those up and kind of fan the flames a little bit for you. So Monday and Tuesday is key. We want to spend, and let me just scroll down here a little bit. We want to spend from about 5 to 8:30, 3.5 hours of really doing nothing but loading up our Wednesday night. We have we only have a few rules here when it comes to the sales side of business. And I'm sure many of you guys have heard me say this often, but we have 2 tracks at Monument Insurance Group. One is the immediate income side. That's the sales side. You want to go out there and start turning a profit, turning an income over in the next 10 days. I'm telling you, you can do it on the sales side. The other track is the future fortune. So we have the immediate income and then we have the future fortune. The future fortune is obviously meant for people who are looking to do a lot more than just go out there and move insurance product. I'm talking about people who want to go out there and build an agency. So we have 2 tracks, and you're going to have to decide and commit to one of those 2 or both. And that's, in all honesty, that's how Monument Insurance Group came to be. I started off as an agent, started mixing in some agency building, some recruiting, and then eventually got big enough to the point where I didn't have to sell insurance anymore, and anybody can be there in 90 days if you do the right things. And I'm confident that we're going to have a training video up for that as well very soon. So Mondays and Tuesdays from 5 to 8:30, loading up Wednesday. And the reason why the schedule is that way is because we have 4 main rules here. And if you watch the video on how to schedule appointments, successful appointment setting training videos, we also have an ebook for that as well that you should get when you first get contracted with Monument Insurance Group. If you read through that, it'll cover these 4 rules. But real quickly, the first one is never book an appointment outside of 48 hours. And that's the main one. If you want to have less than a 30% show ratio, now this is I'm just talking about using our resources in our system to get the most out of them, you really need to stick to that 48-hour rule. So Monday and Tuesday for Wednesday, your main focus is Wednesday. Keep things very efficient by sticking to Monday, Tuesday for Wednesday, right? You don't need to go out there and run one appointment here, run one appointment there, and be driving all across your town, your county 6 days a week when you can run all of them in 2 days. So again, the key here is 48 hours, spend 2 nights on the phone for 3 hours, loading up Wednesday. Now if you book only an appointment an hour, which is not very good, most of you are going to schedule a whole lot more than that. What are you talking about? You're talking about 6 appointments on Wednesday, and then we'll do it again Thursday and Friday for Saturday. So really, I would tell you, if you're full-time here, you got to have a goal of a minimum of 10 appointments per week. 8 should be a disappointment. 6 is just unacceptable. 12 is ideal, and that's really where you want to be. My goal was to have a minimum of 5 appointments every time I left my home. Every time I left my office, I didn't want to leave for less than 5 appointments. So you have that attitude. You commit to the phone. You don't need to spend all day on the phone. We're not telemarketers. We're not cold callers. We're simply following back up with people who've requested the insurance. Monday, Tuesday, for Wednesday night. Again, that's key. Wednesday night. If somebody's able to see you in the morning, the afternoon, they're able to see you in the late afternoon and evening anyway. And then back on the phone Thursday, Friday, for Saturday. Now, look, this is one of the I can't say it any differently, and I can't be any more straightforward than that. Monday, Tuesday for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday for Saturday. We can muddy the waters and make this more difficult on ourselves by going off schedule. And I see it week in and week out. Somebody goes and runs an appointment Wednesday morning at 11 o'clock when they could be and should be doing something differently. Or when they could have just packaged or bundled that appointment with 4 others that they're probably going to have that evening or Saturday morning. So I don't want to jump in too much on how to overcome objections, how to stick to the script so you can get a success. I simply wanted to share with you the schedule that works and has worked for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of agents that we have trained that go out there every single week and run 8, 10, 12 appointments. Now, if that's the goal and that's what you're shooting for, stick to the schedule, commit to the schedule. Everything else we can control, right? But once you get off schedule, it seems like such a simple thing, but it's easy to do, especially if you're really desperate for an appointment. I would say stick to the schedule and focus more on the activity, and then of course you won't be certainly you won't be as desperate, and it won't force you to have to feel like you need to come off schedule and cater to somebody else's schedule. I would say the key is it's your schedule. Commit to your schedule. Create that consistency. Take the pressure off of yourself by understanding, look, only thing I need to do Monday and Tuesday night is book appointments. I'll be honest with you. And maybe I shouldn't say this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Look, here's the thing. I really don't care what you do all day. You could spend all day watching Judge Judy, going and playing golf, going to the beach, doing jazzercise. I really don't. It doesn't matter to me. It's not important because if you stick to this schedule, you're still working in prime time. You're still working in a way that allows you to hit all of your goals and be incredibly efficient. Have enough leads, stick to the schedule, and then just go out there and execute, guys. You do that, I'm telling you, you will be one of our top agents, and you will be there sooner than maybe you even understand. So Hopefully this helps. Stick to the schedule. Talk to your manager about it. Part-time or full-time, I think it works all the same. Guys, thanks so much. Keep tuning in here for more videos. Send us emails about anything that you would like training on, and we'll be sure to continue to post videos on those topics as well. Thanks so much, guys. Best of luck out there. See you at the top.